come into B.
And they're going to potentially get what they asked for. Still as an aid, ricocheting, rebounding out through the back of the flash on top of it. Flooding forwards, Giacomo! He's delivering, raining down, death and destruction. But shots in the dark for safe. Might be able to equalize it ever so slightly still. They're sitting at a player disadvantage. But the reclears coming hot and heavy here from G2. They've got 3 players ready. And look at that, it's the bait and switch. Drop down, Jonah P's going to be calling it. Full awareness here with the wall up into their face. There's caution in the wind. G2 very eager to play towards it.
Crazy pause in the round here called from Vitality. They got the info about Jonah, but judging where that fault line came from, you know that he's not right in the choke point. It's so tough for Les or Trex to get anything done here, but they could go for the silent drop, as Les has done. Repositions into sight.
Yeah, it comes down to a bit of a gamble with the timing. G2 have just used their own wall against them. They're going to use it to regroup back through into halls. Make sure they have control out towards the back of the site. There's still a lot of unknowns. There are only 28 seconds left. They think that they could have potentially exited, and there it is. Opened up wide, but the trade was in sight. Trent's going to be able to equalize it. Less from behind. No, that's a dagger to the back, but only 18 seconds to play with in a 1v1 himself. Him versus Jonah P, and time is of the essence. It's already ticking away. Spike in his hands. Jonah P's giving him that space and that opening, but now with a fault line right on the money, swinging wide, tapping away, Les!
Use the drones to try to push people up into good positions, as Safe is doing now, just clearing out B long. Going to walk down behind the Viper.
Doubled up, looking for open fights and open sightlines. There's a flash in the face, kicks. There's no follow-up off the back of it, just a jump spot, and that's Jonah P hoping and hunting for a bit of information. Calls are being made. Vitality's starting to stack some more bodies over towards the A side. That's why they want to set their mark. No showers control though while this is going on, but Jonah P, oh boy, okay, just gonna scurry out of there, just not in time. He's dropped Trent, vitally important fight out towards showers. And now he's gonna be squeezed from these remaining players. Vitality know how important this position is. And there's just no options whatsoever for these G2 players. Putting the slow squeeze on him. Valen forced to pick up the pieces, but he's rolling up to essentially a vacated site. It's just filled up with the bodies of his comrades.
And remember that this is a bonus round for Vitality. It might not have felt like it because there's full rifles on board. But this is a team now looking to break the economy of G2 so early on. Incredibly early in this map. For G2 to be struggling like this, keeping one rifle is just going to give them a single hope in hell.
Molly.
Beautifully played there by the end by Trex. Just want to draw a little bit of attention to that. And look at this post-plant utility. They're essentially just throwing money into the void there with the with the molly.
Make sure they can practice their lineups.
Yeah.
Like, can you see if that's on for me?
Tiny gap on the left-hand side, actually.
Might have to correct that. Barely alive, man. The thread that he's hanging on to, barely. It is. You two are going to be thrown straight back. There's Trent trying to bail him out, but he already lost him and control towards this one. That's a fault line into the Armageddon. Slow to a crawl, but the ultimate's even slower. It's not fast enough. Quick reposition by Trent, though. This. Oh, it's catching him on a way! Oh my God. Finds the hammer. Sheriff finds 2, left on the side, and Trex alongside him. Tries to go for the spray down, but Leaf is responding, and it's left less into this 1v2. Again, a series of unknowns rattling through his mind. Giacomo is a mile and a world away. But the time pressure is on Les. He's trying to pull some of these players out, get a bit more information, maybe a pick to make it much more winnable. G2 are not giving him squat, not giving him an inch. And now the net tightening and straight from behind.
Going up.
His timings are quite impeccable. I mean, Jonah P sliced him up, cuts up the fight. Spread for your troubles, kicks.
Spread default from Vitality, and we haven't seen any team really be able to punish that. Vitality have so much success on this map because they play a spread default, and every player is in position to really flex their muscles. We know how strong the roster is. But here, Durka goes down. Jonah P forced him out into the open with the aftershock and then just held the angle. Good for the one.
The playbook here for Vitality. Bit of a slow siege attempt. They're making sure they make no noise. Got to try and get themselves into the site as freely as possible, but it's all discipline from G2 out towards the back of the site. However, Jonah P was open to the angle, and now Giacomo is on a bit of an island. He needs a bit of help. potentially here still. There's no committal. There's only 20 seconds left. And Vitality, they do need to get that spike down. The smoke in their face that makes it nice and awkward. And the call has to be made to try and fight this one through and out. Flashes in their face. And Jorgamo is attempting to be that one step ahead. Spraying away. Kicks is running and gunning, but it's 8 seconds left to play with in the round. And it's just enough to get the extension they needed. Plant is down now, 2v2. Forwards is the angle. The footsteps betraying him. Armageddon's out. It's a rolling red carpet. G2, they are not the VIPs, they are not the ones to the party, but they're going to try and make it about them here and now. Made here for Vitality, and there's a steel guard and lay it out just on top. But it wants to be expended here. Orbital strike in through the back. Leaf is a quick evacuation. He's going to be safe, and Durka wants to try and run them down with a showstopper of his own. Just sees the way. Just whacks it into the side. This is chaos, and this is anarchy. Blood spilled out onto the sand here onto the B side. And wide, Trent is the one who's dishing it out. Heads have been popped, but leaves it down to safe and balanced. Sticking! Not planted! TP! Popped right out to the side. That's Jonah P. Popping heads while he's at it. Trailblazer, it's a fast reaction, but that's going to be an aftershock, a stun. An abundance of util. I mean, G2, they've got it in spades.
30 seconds left.
Just when you think you're safe, always going to be refighting you, but how much more do they really have here? Sliders of corners and sliders of gaps, and G2 willing to double up. They have that opening with smokes are going to be dropped down and backs to these players. A vital one of that. Jorgamo, he's ready to take that contact and catch some kills, but it's Jonah P stealing all of them.
This time, forcing Durka away, it's still great, but they're not getting the pick. Can these two site anchors hold on with Jonah P and Leaf?
Seekers attempt to pave the way. It's going to be Thorns propped up as a result. Wall still not detted. Here through, round to the side as well. There's no follow-up, there's no trade. Nobody really could play into that gap, that window of opportunity that Durka just paid for with his life. Still, Plant is necessary. And save. Wow! He's taking matters into his own hands. Jonah P from the side. It's a flash and a repeat, but he's instantaneously traded at that. Leaves G2 into a 2v3.
Salvo's too late. Trent and Valen with it all to do.
Nice to be taken here. Valen. Working away outside towards heaven. Spots the one player, but Vitality very much got this one. Under lock. And Key. Beautiful approach to that one. Clearing out through lamps. There's a tap from Valen. He needs to try and pull these players out, isolate these fights, but he's essentially got paper mache between him and the enemies. Running and gunning, 7 bullets left to do it all. Leaves Leaf into a sticky spot. Try and buy time for the rest of his team to get back into this one here. With 30 seconds left, Plant is finally going down. There is no pushback inside from G2. Just them trying to square up and take these fights. Durka, this guy, he's not willing to take a step back. Wants to take the fight and he wants to take it now, but he has slowed it down and he is essentially the sole recipient of this site. He's got to try and hold this one down. First line of defense! Oh my god, he might just be the only one necessary! Gonna signal it. How do you choose to play it? Breaks it. Also a bit of uncertainty, but here's a showstopper and there's no time for quick reactions! Oh my god! There's a clone who's tanking that one. It still gets the value. Wraps itself around the corner and it's gained entry and open access to the side here for Vitality. Jorgamo has to make a play here, steps forward, and Akash is good with the connection. Spray, but he's run out of bullets, and the return of the fire is there. Kicks. Making sure he's mightily consistent, at least to return those kills, but Leaf, hold on, there's something to say about it! And Jonah P by his side to navigate it well enough. No follow-up in terms of what G2 could potentially offload. There's a Plant now coming through, but it's an aftershock to disrupt, and Jonah P.
He has the breach ult.
Could make a go of this one here, but honestly a little bit too late. Trex is going to be sticking this one Plant down and out, but you choose to go off of this. Push forwards outside of triple. There's no follow-up out through heaven, so less. Oh, he's not safe, is he? It's util where that came from. Trex feeling like the issue's being forced, and the molly goes up and over just to buy him a bit of time. He's got an orbital strike in the back pocket. It's an extra layer of defense to try and win this round out! Oh my! George got a head on it. Salva's out towards the next layer, but that's only removed one piece of the puzzle. Vitality still in positions to play, and even goes down to the Salvos anyway. Orbital strike, forced out, but time is ticking. And G2, they need kills, they need to draw the blood, they need to find these players and these bodies. Kicks right to the side! Oh my god! Still online though, Kix has got that one in his back pocket, so hopefully not too much more damage done. Speaking of damage, Jorgamo dropped into the process, smokes in their faces. G2 looking like they might want to try and go for a bit of a refight. Valorant slipping his way in through the side, and Jonah P in the back lines. Salvos drop down. Attempted to buy some time here for G2, and they've got this site into a vice grip safe, trying to barrel his way forwards, and damage done to a variety of players, unless it's a dead man walking. He should be at this point. Trent, jump spot, less sticks, half earth on the defuse. It's win conditions! And he's a monster player! Sling is in hand.
Trying not to give away that they have force just yet.
Bolt line. Unconnects, Kicks as blind as anything, man. He's right up into the salvos as well, trying to seek that evacuation. Les cuts it up tight into the corner. That's just only a ghost in hand. We're anticipating some level of this one, and Kicks as well, just forcing the issue. Pressing the advantage, pushing past them. Gives his team the advantage, at least in the player capacity. So 2v3, and Leaf skipping a hop towards the side here. Risks need to be taken himself, and Leaf just can't quite win that fight out. Taking a bit of a peek there. Trex knows the play is live because that discipline comes through. Pocket to play in itself, but the auto strike out wide, and Jorgamo, he's just running his way forwards. Gets caught out into the open. Durga finding that value, and here we go. Shotguns in play. Do you dare step in to the nest, which is Lamps? Quick maneuvers though. G2 eager to try and take the fight through the back, and that stun does connect, but there's damage done, and bodies piling up into that direction. Lamps is a bloodbath occurring. Quick reposition as well. It's discipline here. The G2 players are showcasing, making sure that they double up. No ISO fights yet. Les does not give him much to work with. Still does the work. Still does the damage. Brings it to a 1v1. Salvos online. Trex pushed back for about a moment. Smoke. Still down. Bit of safety to play in, and just leaping into the fight. Slow going though from G2, especially when you're going to be a player down. Trent has been that heavy hitter so far for them.
Trex is going to have to jiggle for some level of information. No, he backs off into Lamps. He has the orbital strike. That can buy time for the rotates. But at the moment, he looks like he wants to play a little aggro.
What a call. Walk up into the smokes by G2.
No flashes though. They can't get into backside here.
Happy to play it slow for now. 40 seconds though, and they've got themselves into these four positions. Jonah P just hard commits, sticks the plant down. It's Vitality want to try and play this with their player advantage, but Dirk is slow going. Off on the flank himself.
Launching smoke.
Thorns, not broken, potentially slowing it down, and it does actually split up these players ever so slightly. The trade isn't there in time, not by Leaf, unless it's doing quick and dirty work. Jorgamo just pulls it back from the brink. But he's just one man now, and he's got to do it against Durka himself. Nade rebounds, pushes him out! He just... Point. Smoke's primed. Salvos towards your back. TP4s, and the flash is good. That connection, saves not long for the world. Rocket up and over towards the top. Durka was plucked out of the sky while it was happening. Over the strike, wasted in the process. Trek's not going to have that one to work with a little bit later.
He's buying time though for less on the flank. And they're coming back to him.
Yeah, he's just holding the wall. Is there a level of awareness for G2? Do they actually take this clear? And still less. Doesn't matter if you're aware of him. Still going to rip your head clean off. Retreats, backs away. This guy can't even hear it with the footsteps. Okay, Trent's handed relatively easy one in terms of predicting that.
Trent's also got a nice timing. Smoked off though. Might not feel confident to go through that, and he isn't. They, in the meantime, have had Jorg sat around this position the entire round.
Re-exploration. Re-exploration! It's from both of them. Jorg and Kicks. It's just Jorg who gets the better of it. It leaves Trex in a 1v3.
30 seconds left.
Salvos flash play in through the back. Open sightlines onto two of the players, but Be long gives his team the information. Last time we saw this one, Armageddon in the stun, in through the back on top of it. Flashes in your face and a spam to supplement. Oh, it drops the bodies and it drops Vitality into that 3v5. Quick on the flank though, that is Durka. And he has to be the shining light for his team at this point, but the options are going to be running short. As the time ticks, the hourglass runs dry. Ults are going to be held. Util out, spraying and praying. That is the hope. And Jogma right from behind as well. He'll grant you no mercy. OT.
See ya.
It's inevitable here for G2 unless Trex can pull off a miracle.
Right there.
Or too much. March. relentless over towards the site, and they do have access at least to the first part of it. The trouble is they're going to try and detangle and get out of the way. It is G2 players. What a reaction from Valin. Get out of here. Pulling off plays like that, and the damage done, softened up kicks. He's going to use that Trailblaze. He wants to carve out a path. Potentially some space. Shower's going to be regained. Control for it. Safe is making sure to vacuum it all the way up. And critical fight! He doesn't win it out!
That's
Leaf
ridiculous.
taking it. How do you get a safe man off now? You're going to try and fight and force the issue forwards with it. Kicks. He's the one to take matters into his own hands alongside Durka. Side by side. The reign supreme, but time is of the essence, and Kicks, he's got to get a move on. Got to get a move on. Got to get a move on. Run down. Damn it. Second one in the stimmy. Gives him an exit if he chooses to take it, but it is precarious at that still. Backs himself out. It's an opening for Vitality, a potential lifeline to stay alive in the map. See what they can do with it. Fake TP in through the corner, safe. Seeing demons and ghosts into the walls.
Fake teleport from Jorgamo. Just wanted to make sure that it was completely clear, but took the risk of getting caught by some kind of util combo. Vitality at this point realized what the game plan was from Valin. Fake B pressure into an end over towards A, but now Valin's calling a mid-round audible. This one wasn't in the cards at the start. He's realized they overstacked the site. Is it another fake pivot onto B?
It's pressure, isn't it? Clear out towards Hookah. They got 3 players up and over towards it. Bullets raining down out towards the back, but
30 seconds
no
left.
G2 players giving up this space over towards A, and they are ready to pounce at this at a moment's notice. Vitality, though, still with a huge player advantage, but it's only 2 waiting to receive, and Trex has to be the difference maker. And he is, at least for the beginning. Leaf round to the side. Trex with 3. Can't land the 4th. Still, 13 seconds left. Spike out into the open. And a plan needs to come online. Steel Garden is ready and waiting.
Last try.
Trailblazer round to the corner. Not broken. Timing taken. And plan stuck. 1v2. Flash through. No way. Unbelievable. Util here as well on top of it. It's an off angle. Drone out wide. There's no way he's getting the hell out of there. scot-free, but somehow evacuates out towards elbow.
And now G2 have a good understanding that there's an attack off in play. It's going to make the exec slightly more difficult for Vitality, and Jorgamo's going walkabouts. Always got that opportunity to go back to A with the gate crash.
Fades away, that.
Oh, yeah.
He's hard committed out towards the back. He's hoping to catch his eyes onto less potentially here. Lurking player, flash through and around. That's going to be Showers, and you hear it. Yep, here comes the rumble.
30 seconds left.
That's a barrel sticking out, but he hears the footsteps on top of it. And oh, the prioritization of the kill. Anybody wades in front of him, and that's going to be the drone. Spells out doom and defeat, doesn't it? Aftershock on top of it, just in case Jorgamo wasn't enough. TP forward, but my God, man, get ahead of your own util at that point. Trade it out. This Kickster was hard committed onto the corner, and they're going to be glad for it at that point. And okay, Wrangle with a rifle, coverage there into every possible avenue. G2 paved the way to a plant now onto this site, potentially to the map win. It's all down to safe, it's all down to less. 2 versus 4. Good clearance. Clears up the potential question marks, but Valin wins his fight and Les reveals his hand. Molly won't save you there. Valin's feeling it. Puts him to bed. Puts him to rest. Bind is theirs.
Jorg is so excited at the end that he throws a drink all over Trent's lap. They can't believe what they've done. What a blow. What a sick... And they've anticipated this pistol.
It's a 5-player stack. It's a squeezing.
Needs something incredible. It would be this guy on the flank here.
Safe.
Safe.
Okay.
Catches onto Leaf. Now there's going to be pressure behind. Eyes, head's got to be turned from Jonah. Oh no, they take the aggressive option instead, actually. Dominating waterfall control.
Particular, but it does mean that G2 gonna be able to steal away here. Pistol round. Steal probably the wrong term to use as well. They were looking like they were in control from beginning to end, to be honest.
Drone finds 2 of them.
Lost 2.
Trying to trigger out a trap play. Jorg playing way ahead of the rest of his team. Just because he's always got the opportunity to escape.
Especially if they line up just right. Kicks. Smoke off to the side, but with safe falling. Exchanging the weaponry. Trade hands multiple times over the course of this round, yet still it's G2 on top with 3 players living. Tantalizing upgrade onto the floor, and he's going to be receiving the rifle on top of it, but Kicks with the smoke in. He's running rings around them. He's already found himself 2. Forced to reveal his hand. It's 3 in round 4, and will he get the 4? Yes, he will!
You couldn't get better crosshair placement there from Jonah. He still had Aftershock and Stun to play off the back of. Saves a bullet as well.
He Knows that there's danger in the air. Oh my god, just reacts off to the side, but wasn't expecting that one. And okay, Sheriff, quick work. Yes! My goodness! Down to Jorgamo, he's gonna go walkabouts here, but oh my. Swarmed quickly.
We're all just waiting for the replay.
Garden, let loose. And random spray paves the way, wins the day. Even a nade running rampant, yet somehow G2. How the hell have they done this? They forced a fight early on, walking right in, and Jonah P just does not lose these. In hand, might get open access, and yes he does. So Lee falls, safe, follows through. Jonah P is forced to try and get that plant down. And you gotta win that one out. Drop down with a spike in there, Labs. This is a vitality round, all sealed up nice and pretty. Flash, but what, they're way ahead of it, aren't they? Oh my god, there's defense necessary, and it was ordered up onto a platter. This is happy to oblige, and that sees his perfection in motion. Safe, happy to slam it down, but caught. Reload out into the open. Almost takes two of them out for it.
On the seas.
Oh my!
Oh, that's so good from Trex and Durka.
You wanted to see more from him. You're getting it here and now. Vitality are raring to go. They want to set this guy up for another one. Why not?
4 in the round from Durka, 1 away from a showstopper. Over on the A side of the map, so Safe wants to pick some back up.
And right into his prime sightlines. Warp through. Snake bite. And Trent spam down, spray down. Snake bite of his own. Leaf. Could be a miracle worker, but my god, how the hell do you tangle with this one? It's a pit versus pit. Heavy blight now, lay it down over towards the seaside. Decay damage to pocket the play in. Players highlighted reload, ordered and kicks. Eager to chase him down. Out towards it, realizing it. They've given up the sight, and there's an angle here. It's a heavy lick. Durka gives him straight to the side of the head. He's going for more, man. Defense necessary. A reload by Trex. He just needs to spam and stray shots to go his way. And it's not happening. Not today, not in that instance. G2 with a pistol round. Bullets to the back for Trex. He was just none the wiser into that spot there. And kicks, head on a swivel. Time running short. Pushed out into the open. Through the wall and more. Through the top, needs to be a defense. Order! Jorg is hitting absolute waldies and a double face. Oh my! He delivers off to the side, TP in, but there's no one else to play off the back of that one, so the damage done, and you can mow them all down. It's too predictable and it's too easy when you play like that. Adjusted in time. There's a showstopper. Lets loose and finds a body. Leaf, there's no retreat from that one, and my god! Good to this point, Nightfall expended, aftershock into the side, Durka draws blood, finds the one, Carroll's poking wide, Trex with the other, and leaves it down to Jonah P. Bit of spam, Odin, not the weapon of choice, not by any means, but how the hell do you even get into there? You just can't cross past them. Doors open, leaves forwards, leave! God, come on! Finally a bit of stray spam into the box, but time's running short and Vitality, they might have thought themselves. Vitality players up and over the top as well. Rebounds away, just dropping into the bodies. They're bumping into each other, man. Into the night and into the fray. And a fight won out by G2, at least momentarily, but is it even planted for Safe? That is the question. Tucked to the corner, Salvos. Just can't quite get his body on it, man. G2. It's Jorgamo with full peace of mind that he's going to be defended into that spot. And that 11th round earned. Yeah. Explosive. Not what we've been conditioned for, but as the curtain drops, so does kicks. Lentron drift in through the back as well. That was an evacuation attempt, and he got all the info that was necessary. 2 players skipping a hop straight into their face, judge and play, and they know exactly where Les is. Never full the fuse. They're min-maxing in a moment like this, man.
That's so good. Jonah P and Valen were talking about the first time they ever stepped on stage.
Needs some bailout. Defense is ordered up, still kicks his way ahead of it. Jonah P's been dealt with still. Spraying and praying, running rampant into the back of the side here. Jorgamo! His hands granted, it's given over, and garnered. Armageddon forcing them out into the open. There is no comfort, there is no surviving, and G2 get what they want.
The first team to be able to take down Vitality. 6